it's Izzy here from Izzy's Sandpit. I hope you're enjoying the content on the channel, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and also hit the little bell so you don't miss any great content. Today on the channel, I've got Lucy Shevchuk, lead singer and guitarist from Square Wild. They've just released their brand new EP, Treepy, and also have organised their own festival in a couple of weeks' time. They're also playing metal to the masses. Today, Lucy and I chat about all sorts: music, influences, hills, and most importantly, crumpets. So, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Good afternoon, guys. I've got today on Izzy's Sandpit, episode 5. I can't believe I'm on episode 5. I've got Lucy Shevchuk from Square Wild. Woo! Hi, Lucy.
Morning.
Morning. Afternoon, yes. How are you doing?
Yeah, all right.
What does your cup say?
It's a rob. For God's sake. It's
Robo battle.
A robo battle mug.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. I like that.
Pretty cool, right?
Mine is wake up, drink coffee,
shit,
and be awesome.
Shitting's usually the first thing that I do.
Yeah, I could end up taking 2 in the morning, me. So, firstly, that's took a bit of a nosedive. That's great. Firstly, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time out of your day.
Right.
So, Square Wild, you know, the first unsigned band on the channel as well, which I think is great. I know you're big on the unsigned scene, so we'll come to that a bit later. But tell me about Square Wild, how it all began. You know,
well, so it started. I met Thomas. Me and Thomas are together. Thomas is the drummer. We're together. And I met Thomas at Matt and Fred's. I think it was in 2018.
Right. Okay.
And I'd not done music since I was like 16.
Right. Okay.
So I picked up guitar, and then I just became an annoying teenager who didn't want to do anything with myself and ignored that I even loved music until I met Thomas again. Right. And he's a drummer. He's always been a drummer. And he was really good mates with Jack, who's our guitarist. And I met them both on the same night out.
Right, okay.
And then we started talking about music, and he was like, can you play anything or out like that? And I was like, you know, I used to sing when I was really young, and, you know, I can play a few bar chords, do you know what I mean? Like, nothing major. And he was like, oh yeah, let's start a band. And I was like, fuck off. Like, no, I can't do that. But me and Thomas ended up going on a date, and I ended up showing him some stuff, you know, like shit that I'd wrote when I was really young.
Right.
Oh, and he was just like,
oh, date. And I showed him my front room and my garden.
No, but yeah, and he was just like, come on, let's just fucking try it, basically. I was like, oh my God, it was so terrifying.
Yeah.
And yeah, we wrote a couple of songs that were so shit. Like, looking back, was so shit. But
We've all got those in the locker.
Oh, man, like, they're just like the cheesiest kind of generic rock. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Just fucking really cheesy. And then it just went from there. Like, we actually ended up writing a few songs where we were like, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
And one of the songs that's on our EP, Fishman, was written so early on. That was one of the first ones we had, if not the first one we wrote as a guitar, like 2 guitarists, a vocalist and a drummer.
Yeah.
So it's weird that that's out now, because it's obviously so old.
No, do you know, that brings me on nicely, because you've just released the Tree EP, okay? So you've got Hound, you've got Fishman, and you've got Mother on there. So it's quite, I was like, when I first listened to it, when you released it, what, a month ago? Or was it longer?
It was November 4th.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's more like 3 months ago now. Oh
yeah, okay. Getting on now. Bloody hell.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm showing bad music person.
It's all right.
So I was a bit disappointed there was only 3 songs on there, because you seem like you've been around a while. You performed I was like, so, but no, but quality over quantity. So tell me a little bit behind each song. So
All
let's start with
right.
Hounds. Hounds is my favourite song,
Hound,
by the way. Awesome
is
song.
it?
Great
It's
vocal.
gone down really well, that
Yeah,
one.
it is a good song, that.
Yeah.
So go on.
So, well, me and Thomas were on a walk actually,
Right.
and we saw a hunting party, a fox hunting party
Oh,
on the hills,
right,
and
okay.
it just we just ended up going on this massive fucking rant about fox hunting, how hanging it is, or how hanging we think
Yeah,
it is anyway, and then we was like, let's just write a song about it. Because this was early on as well. I was like, let's just write a song about it. I was like, oh my God, yeah. And then like the riff just came into my head, like da
yeah.
da 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 da. And
No,
then
it's
like
great.
the ripped apart by Hounds I Will Be. And then we were just walking along like fairly high. And then this song just like kind of came out of
Fairly high.
nowhere.
We're talking
Yeah, like
geographically, people. For the channel,
yeah,
we're talking
oh
geographically. We're talking on
we
hills
was
here,
it
not
was like
anything
a
else.
really big hill. and yeah, and it just came out of nowhere, but it happened really naturally. So then we took it
Yeah,
back to Jack. I think I don't know if at the time I can't remember who our bassist would have been at the time, but we took it back to Jack, and then it just happened, and then that was it. And the only things that's changed about it is like our guitar tones now, and like maybe
yeah,
some bit more difficult vocal from back then, but yeah, it was just about that. And then I think that kind of kicked off me wanting to sing and talk about shit that makes me angry more than anything
no,
else.
absolutely. It's got to have a bit of meaning to it. Yeah,
Yeah, because we're really big on that now. And I think now it's a bit more subtle.
yeah,
So with the stuff that, with the stuff that we're going to release, it is more subtle.
yeah,
Some of it's really obvious, but I think, yeah, it definitely kicked off our want to kind of just talk about shit that's going to like rile people up a little bit.
yeah. No, absolutely, and I
Um,
get that. No, I get that. So,
yeah.
so Fishman. Tell me the story behind
Oh
that one.
God.
Oh,
So it's the thing is there's nothing behind it.
there's nothing
Well, there
behind it.
is,
There's
right,
nothing.
right.
About a fish
So
and a man.
yeah, right, exactly. Right. So me and Thomas, again, it always seems to start with us two.
Well,
But me and
if you're the main like music creators in the band, then that's fine.
well, it's weird because it's almost like we all take turns in bringing something, and then it
That's
becomes
good.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a new song called Kill the King. Jack wrote all of the guitars from start to finish
Right.
and sorted the structure out with Thomas, and then I added lyrics. But so
Yeah.
it's not always the case, but I think earlier on especially, so like with Fishman, me and Thomas were like on a really high hill again, really
Right.
tall
Okay.
hill. So we were very high up, and
Yeah.
he was pissing around with a fish tank. I mean, he used to have fish, and I was like
All right.
waiting for him. Yeah, yeah. And I was waiting for him to stop, and I said to him, "I'm so fucking sick of waiting for you, fish man. I'm sick of waiting for the fish man." And I was like,
That's great, honestly.
"Sick of waiting for the fish man." And then we just wrote this bluesy song about a fish man, and it ended up being about, we tried to create a story out of it, and
Yeah.
it ended up being about a woman who was waiting for this drunken fisherman to
Oh,
come
that's
back.
nice. That is.
Yeah, to
I
come
see
back and
that.
feed her.
See.
Yeah, but then he dies, so it's
Oh, never good. No, but do you know what? It reminds me of the Red Hot Chili Peppers off Blood Sugar Sex Magic. What song is it? The one about he's driving in his car, and Rick Rubin, I believe at the time, was just badgering Anthony Kiedis to talk about like this song, and they're like driving in the car, and like it was supposedly going to get picked up by an advert for I
yeah,
think it was like General Motors, and the band were like, no, we hate that song. We were forced to write it. We're not. We don't want to. And to think they could have been like on adverts and making loads of money out of that, and just said no, I hate this song.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We're kind of like that with Fishman now, to be honest. Like because it was such an early one, and it's just so
yeah,
bluesy, and because we're just not that now. But we
yeah, you're
thought,
quite proggy now, aren't you? Really
yeah,
psychedelic and prog, which is great,
yeah,
really. But it's good to have something a bit different on from the live set. For
yeah, for
so
sure.
and you know, I, so it works. It works. Right.
Yeah.
So, talking of live, I've seen you play. I saw like a couple of videos on the internet. Obviously, with you being still a relatively young band in terms of age, of
Yeah.
how long you've been around, to get live stuff is quite. But you've got some really good quality live stuff. So tell me about the performance at the Mill. I mean, it's like a studio type. Is it that big
Yeah.
building, Stockport, where loads of people like have band rooms? Is that where it was recorded?
No, it was recorded in a mill in Chadderton, so like a bit further
Right.
up
Okay.
north from Manchester.
Yeah.
And it was with Happy Days, who were like a collective. I think it's a record label now, but they do like live sessions with people and put on
Right.
gigs.
Okay.
And they asked us to go and do a live session.
Yeah, I like the lights on the vocal mic thing.
Looks
That's really good.
Yeah, it looks awesome. The actual
Yeah.
quality of the video is insane.
Really
Like
good.
so,
Yeah.
it is. It looks sick, and Sophie's fucking amazing as a videographer. And it was Sam Eckersley as well. He was doing he was doing video for him too, and he's absolutely amazing.
Right.
But yeah, they just invited us to do it, and
Real?
we just did it. Really, it was really difficult though, because yeah, but I didn't have any headphones to hear my vocals, and there was no monitoring. So I just had to be like, well, I hope I'm on fucking pitch, because I have no idea.
Honestly, it was really good. I thought it was a really good performance. So you've got you got the festival coming up, the Square Wild Festival, and you've got Metal to the Masses. Good luck. It's always good.
The day after the festival.
Oh wow! So no drinking for you. In fact, maybe drink. Maybe maybe go in like blotto and just be wild, swinging the guitar around and all that.
Honestly, we couldn't have been put on a worse heat than that one. And when we got drawn, we were like, oh, no.
Do you know you've got a good chance? There's another band that's coming on the show in a couple of weeks called Solvane, and they're on one of the other lists, but they're from down south, so I don't know how it works. Is it divisional? Is it like north and south, or is it just one big?
So I think per district kind of thing.
Right,
they do their own competition.
Right, okay, yeah, right.
And then you get to the final. I think you get to the finals of your district, and then everybody
like Hunger Games.
Yeah.
7 eliminated, that kind of thing. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how it works anyway. But I mean,
it rings back. I've never entered. I've never been in a metal band. I've always been in rock bands, really. So.
Well, I mean, I'm not in a metal band, but we're still fucking doing it.
Do you know? It actually reminds me of a band that when my friend entered it, I won't say the names, and they didn't get through, but they said they were just put with some really bizarre, like you had like a black metal band, then like a thrash metal band, then you had these guys that sounded a bit like, like Foo Fighters in the middle of it all, and it's like, and the sort of people just sort of stood there going, I can't mosh to this. There's no mosh pit, So it'll be interesting to see, how you get on.
Yeah, I mean, I asked whether they think we're heavy enough for it, because I didn't want to, I don't want to go and embarrass ourselves. But
you won't embarrass yourself. You're good musicians. You won't do that.
Yeah, thanks. But I don't know. We do dip into metal, like we do.
Yeah,
it's
like
just
the opening at the Mill on that video. You got that heavy intro, which is really good.
Yeah, so we thought maybe we'll be all right, but then we've been put with a Viking metal band who are awesome though. They're really good, and they're such nice guys as well. And like we've been put with them, and then another really heavy band, like super like screaming and shit. And I can't remember what the other one's like, but yeah, we're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. But I think we're just gonna try and work with it rather than fight against it. Like,
no, absolutely. If you focus on your prog elements maybe, and try and build up a bit of energy around that, you never know. So, but Lucy, you're just dropping in your vocals are great. So, hopefully people will enjoy those vocal elements and the guitar parts. It's really good. So. And then tell me about the Square Wild Festival. I'm actually a bit gutted I can't come because you invited me and was like, come to the gig. I'm like, can't, I'm in Dubai, sadly. So are you going to video? Are you going to video? Are you going to video record all the musicians? Or great. Yeah, so tell me
so
about
everybody, so it's like, well, I mean, when the EP came out, what we always said, we don't want to just do things like what everybody else does. We don't just want to put an EP launch on, just a venue and then that'd be it. And you pick 2 bands to support and then that's it. We
Right.
always wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to do something that supports other people as well. Like, I think especially, I think especially in Manchester, what I've noticed from kind of being in the scene is just there's so much competitive attitude towards each other, promoters wise and, musicians, and it's just shit. And we just wanted to create something that kind of brings people together that wouldn't usually come together.
No.
And get a load of different promoters in the same room, get a load of different fans in the same room, and just celebrate being a bit weird, like being a bit creative.
No, absolutely. No, it sounds great.
Yeah, so it's been, I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to just do an all dayer. Like, I don't know how people do festivals, like 3-day festivals.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No,
I'd honestly just lose my mind because I'm practically losing mine from this one day. But it's looking to be really good.
Yeah,
like,
it does look good. I've got to say, you're advertising a lot on Facebook and stuff. I've noticed it pop up on my feed a few times, and it's great. And I really hope it goes well. When is it? Tell people, tell the watchers, for those up north, what date?
So it's on the 19th of February. It starts at 2:00. It starts with an open mic where you can go and look at stalls and stuff.
Right, okay.
We've got catering and it's pizza, and there's vegan options and veggie options as well. And there's 6 bands on. There's Nguvu, Circus, Ask My Bull, Pagans, Shaku, and us headlining. And it finishes at 10, so you can all get your trains home if you need to travel.
Happy days. Yeah. Help the environment, get those trains home instead as well.
Yeah.
So in terms of just moving away slightly from Square Wild, I know a few months ago during the pandemic and that, you sort of started like your solo thing. Have you got any plans to develop that, or is that on the back burner at the moment a bit with Square Wild sort of moving along?
Yeah, well, I mean, what keeps happening is that I keep writing songs for myself, and then I'll show it to the guys, and they're like rabbing it. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake!
Save your best material for yourself.
I know, yeah. No, well, I mean, Square Wild's always going to come first. So if they do want to use anything, it's going to go to Square Wild. And there's a couple of things that I've been like, no, I'm keeping it. Like, no, you're not touching this. Like, I want it to be what my vision almost. But I've got, there's about 10 songs that I've done on my own. But they're just waiting. Like I said, like Square Wild's more important, and my stuff will come out eventually, but it's not like a big thing. I think I'm just really focusing on the band at the minute.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So
there's not much really to follow there for that one. So in terms of yourself, what sort of influences do you have from a young age? Who inspired you to be a musician, even though you said originally you didn't really weren't looking at to be a musician, really?
Yeah. Well, my dad mainly is like main inspiration. Absolutely, he really tried to get me into it, and he tried his best, but bless him, I mean, I was a really troublesome young person. I just didn't like being told what to do in like any way, shape or form. And I didn't like going to school. Like, it wasn't that I was like a little shit or anything like that. It was just more, I just didn't like, if I didn't like something, I just didn't do it, and I didn't care what enough.
And that strong personality, it's quite hard to shift away from that throughout your life.
I mean, I struggle with it now, but obviously I've matured a little bit since then. So he really tried, but I think I had really musical parents as well. So I've always had a really big passion for music, as in listening. There was something about the discipline about picking up an instrument that I don't think I got on with. It was like, because I struggled to focus almost when I was younger.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But music, like influences wise, I was brought up on so much different stuff. Like, I remember the first band that I heard was probably AC/DC. And then Yeah, and then I remember listening to like System of a Down, Rammstein, like ELO, Yes, a huge broad
Yeah.
mix. Like my parents used to put all loads of sorts of music on at parties and stuff, and they had a lot of
Oh,
parties.
brilliant.
So
Yeah.
like we,
Hi.
yeah, yeah, woo. But yeah, there was just so much music in my life from an early
Yeah.
age, and my dad was an amazing musician. He still is, and he was a professional violinist when he was about 21, I think.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, he was.
Tough
He
instrument as
is
well.
so
All
good.
those really like mind-blowing types of instruments,
It's insane because everybody sounds shit who picks one up until you get to a certain level, and then you're
Yeah,
like, oh my god, how do you even play that?
yeah. My
But
missus.
yeah, he's like a multi-instrumentalist, so he's an amazing
Yeah.
bassist. He's sick at guitar. He's got a great voice. Like, but yeah, bless his cotton socks. He tried with me, but didn't quite get there.
But now he has. He's all that.
Mm,
It's weird because it's amazing how it goes full circle. Because I started off as just a singer, so I was in bands as just a singer, and
yeah,
I was too busy just chasing girls to be bothered about
yeah,
playing intro. I was happy to sing, write lyrics, learn how to sing, and just play. And in sort of guitaring sort of come in the past few years. So a few
yeah.
years ago, I turned around to Eve and was like, I don't really want to play guitar. No, sorry, I really want to play guitar. She's like, just wait because you won't do it. And I've stuck at it. It's almost out to, might even be to spite her a little bit. Look at me. You said I wouldn't do it, and now look at me. So no, there's something about the intricacy of playing a guitar and
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's a great instrument, and I'm a bit disappointed I didn't pick it up when I was younger. But
Oh, mate, I
yeah,
think about that all the time. I think if
it
I would
bugs
have
me a little
just
bit.
like carried on when I picked a guitar up at 14,
Yeah,
I would be ridiculous now. Like, but well, I'm
and to
making
think
up
you're
for
still
it.
pretty good anyway, from what I've seen
Yeah,
from the live stuff. You've
yeah.
picked it up quick. So how long have you been playing guitar this time around?
Properly, I'd say about 2.5 years, like as
Wow.
in focused practice.
Yeah.
So like maybe 3, but I think it's more like when I first did the band for the first like year, I wasn't really focused on getting good at guitar. I was more focused on
Right.
vocals, and the only thing that I did was just power chords, and there was nothing
Yeah.
else. Like,
That's
like
fair
for the
enough.
first year,
Yeah.
yeah,
My
and
whole
like
EP
because I
was
just
written on power chords, my first one.
yeah,
So
well yeah, it doesn't matter. But I mean, like in terms of what I was able to do, that was it.
yeah,
And so when I started proper focusing, I would say it was probably like a couple of years
yeah,
ago when I was really started going in, and like I've been that focused on it
yeah.
since. It's not stopped.
That's
Like
good. Yeah.
it's like borderline obsession at this point. Like my pedal board has been a consistent thing that is just building and changing, and
It
I've
is.
really yeah. Yeah, and like yeah, it's a massive focus for me now, like more so than vocals really. I think I definitely enjoy expressing myself on guitar more than I do with my voice, which is odd. But yeah, I think for the little amount of time I've been really wanting to focus on it, I think I'm doing well. And I just keep thinking if I carry on like this, give it a year or something.
No,
And
absolutely. And yeah, you sort of you're growing as a musician, if you like. You're still growing as a
yeah.
musician. And
Mm,
I sort of I get where you're coming from because when I started 4 divided by 2, which at the moment is probably just on a permanent hiatus for the time being, but when I
yeah.
started that band, I was wanting to improve my guitar parts and really make the guitar parts interesting. And my vocals, I just thought I knew they'd come anyway. So I sort of just
Yeah.
left them and just did let them go the way that they were going to go. And then
That's exactly what I've done.
and
Yeah.
then with guitar, I'm always trying to like think of good riffs or cool riffs. Like I
Yeah.
think I've wrote about 2 albums worth of songs now.
Oh,
That
amazing.
then I've started this. As I started Izzy Sandpit, and here we are. And this takes up so much time because speaking to great musicians all the time and editing it all. It's just it's amazing how I keep going around in circles all the time. So at some point that will be unleashed upon the world. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I do understand where you're coming from with that. That you've gone from being a good singer to then picking up the guitar, and now you want your guitar to stand out. But don't lose that vocal element, because you're what makes Square Wild different for me. You know, that's
Oh,
your
thanks.
voice is certainly a hook. So
Yeah.
keep
Oh,
going.
amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I think because I'm confident in my voice, as in a sense that I'm happy with it. You know, like I don't feel like I need to push it any further. There are things that I practice, like don't get me wrong, there's stuff that I try to get better at, but overall I like my voice sounding like me and natural. And I think the main thing that I just focus on with my voice is just technique, and just making sure that my technique's all right. So but nowhere near as much as guitar. Like nowhere near as much time.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Like with my own writing as well, there's so much guitar that I think I wanted it to be really guitar focused, because people don't know what I can do, because I'm still just doing songs that we've done for ages. So I really wanted to push it, you know, to be like, I can actually play. Like, look at
I know.
It's
funny because again, I can relate to that, because when I first performed live, one of my biggest things was messing up on guitar, and I thought, if I get the guitar wrong, my voice will go. And I remember my first gig, we played a gig at the Swan with Two Necks, and I remember I was playing in the wrong tuning. It should have been drop D, and I was just in standard. And no, it was like I'd stopped, turned the guitar off, carried on singing, put my tuner on, whacked it like half a string down, was like, tune it, hit it back on and kicked back in with the riff in time with the backing synths. And like, you could tell that a couple of my mates that had got just looked at each other and were like, how do you do that? It was like perfect. And they're thinking, if I do that again, it's never going to happen that smoothly ever.
Yeah.
But it was just that moment, kicked in, hit the tuner, dropped it out and come back in perfectly on time. So
I think making mistakes like that live is such a amazing way to learn, though. Like, I think learning how to carry on when you've done something wrong like that is so fucking important, because there's nothing worse than seeing someone make a mistake
and it crumbles,
and they panic and crumble, and then they're not the same for the rest of the set. Like, there's definitely like learning, it's like learning how to be a professional, really, isn't it? Like, absolutely, people not noticing that you've just totally messed up. Like, takes some time. But we've got a song, we've got so many new songs in this set that we're doing for the festival, and like one of them I have to come back up to not standard tuning from drop D, but I've got about 5 seconds before I have to start with the Hounds riff, and it's not easy because I'm practically having to guess like, and then I have to come in. Oh, it's brutal. So I know I'm gonna mess that up, but it's all good.
You need one of those things that where it has a switch which drops it down to drop D, and it's literally on your guitar. So it's just like you can get like a lever, and it just drops you down a whole step, just the top string.
Oh my god, I didn't even know these things existed.
I'll send it you afterwards. I'll send you a link to it.
Definitely do, because I've got to do it towards the end of the set. The starting song and the end song are both in drop D. So I
think you'll need to do a bit of work on your guitar, you might have to pick a guitar where you're happy to do a little bit of DIY on it. So it actually be for the past few years. What's your favourite gig you've ever been to?
Oh God, ever been to? Like, I've attended.
Yeah, attended. Not, you can't count your own. Well, you can tell me. In fact, you can tell me. No, let's change it. You can tell me your own gig, your favourite gig that you've done up to now in Square Wild, and your favourite gig you've been to. Go on, we'll do both.
Right. For Square Wild, it's Cambridge Rock, because it's the most people we've ever played to. We were on a proper stage with proper lighting, and it was just the most insane I was so scared, but it was an amazing experience. So that definitely. And ever attended? That's so hard.
It is tough,
because it's for different reasons. Like,
I remember going to the Darkness, and it was the first gig I ever went to, actually.
Oh my god!
One of the first gigs. It was the Darkness, I believe, the Permission to Land tour, where Justin Hall came out on the Tiger, and he went all around the MEN Arena on this Tiger, and I'm like, that's That's amazing. That's so good.
So cool.
So cool.
They are so good live, though, aren't they?
They're great.
So fun. I saw him as well, but I was like dual wielding double pints, so I was absolutely smashed. But I had such a good time. They're
a great band to watch. You know, they're just they get a bit of flack, I think, for being sort of a novelty band, but you can't be a novelty band if you've lasted 20 years in the music industry. You're not novelty then. You're a successful artist, and so I'll argue the toss with anyone that says The Darkness aren't a real rock band, because they're amazing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sorry, go on. I went off on one there. That's my fault.
It's really, I don't know. It is really. I've loved loads of different experiences for loads of different things. Like, I think the first thing that came into my head, so I'll just go with that one.
Okay.
Has got to be Rammstein, because I've never seen anything like it.
It is a crazy live show. It does look crazy. I've never seen Rammstein live. I've never seen them live. Oh,
I've seen them twice now, and one of them was when they headlined Download, and I was with my sister, and we'd never seen them. But Rammstein, like I said, we grew up on them, so it was such a massive moment for us. And we'd seen nothing. We had no idea what they were going to be like. We didn't Google it or anything, and we were just like, "What on earth is going on here?" Like Till Lindemann bumming his keyboard player. We're like, what's happening?
That's amazing. It's crazy. No, that's brilliant.
But we had no idea. We're just like, oh, right, okay, this is just what they do. Okay, cool.
It's just a part of their live show, you know.
I know. All right.
Just going to say again, just for any watchers on the channel, I do not advocate you go around dry humping anyone on stage unless you have their permission. So
don't do that.
Please don't do that at home, kids. So, right, okay. So, I'm going to come to my fun question section now.
Ooh.
Okay? So, this is what I do with everyone that comes on the channel, and it's designed to be a little bit of fun. And again, where are you from, Lucy? Where were you born? Because I'm not getting a Manchester accent actually. I'm getting somewhere else.
Oldham.
Oh, you're from Oldham? Oh, so you're not. Yeah. Okay. I thought you. Do you know? I thought you might be from Yorkshire. I got it like Yorkshire.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that. But
it wasn't just me.
Oldham. Right. So I was brought up in Shaw, which is a part of Oldham, and we have our own accent. We have like a little micro accent in Shaw, and we're called the Shaw Gorbies. And we're the only people in the world with this accent. And unfortunately, I'm one of them. So this is what I'm stuck with.
Right, okay. Elocution lessons when you become famous, Lucy. Get you talking the Queen's English.
Oh, my God. There's no chance, is there? There is absolutely no chance.
No chance for
me. It's too strong.
Yeah, you're Northern. Yeah, exactly. So the first question is, gravy or curry on chips?
Can I say both?
Not at the same time.
Why not?
What? Gravy and curry? Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, but if I had to pick one, I'd go with curry.
No, you can go with both. I'm accepting both. I'm taking both.
All right, both.
Because other people have said gravy. Other people have said gravy and cheese.
Ooh, gravy and cheese is really nice.
Gravy and mushy peas.
I just have everything together, me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Yeah.
Together.
Mix all that up, yeah.
Absolutely. Right, okay. Next question. Crumpets or toast?
Crumpets.
Oh, yes.
I love a crumpet.
I love crumpets. I was telling you my last one, crumpets. They're about £4 over here, and I buy them, and I'm like, okay. You can keep all your English food, but give me crumpets.
Yeah. Do you put anything on him?
Pardon?
Do you put anything on him?
Butter.
Is that it?
Just butter. Nice cup of coffee. What do you put on them?
Jam.
That's not bad. Yeah. Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Nutella.
Yeah. All of the good stuff.
Cheese crumpets.
Cheese.
Crumpets.
Oh, God.
Yum.
And the cheese melts into the crumpet.
And it goes into, so you buy it, now we're talking. There we go. I know what to bring over to your house. A block of and some crumpets and a hill.
Let's see. Get sponsored by
Warburtons, if you're watching this, sponsor my channel. Sponsored by Warburton's Crumpets. And just
That'd be amazing.
Crumpet. Yeah. I'm going to start eating crumpets on the show now. That's it. So, next question. You're having 4 people over for a dinner party, dead or alive. Who you having? You have a mixture of both. Most people seem to go for a lot of dead people at the moment. Kind of weird.
Oh, this is really difficult. Oh no, you're gonna have to like cut a massive time bit out of this. I'm gonna
no, it's fine. It doesn't matter. No, go on, keep going.
Oh God, dead or alive? Right, David Bowie.
David Bowie. Okay, David Bowie.
Princess Diana.
Oh, interesting.
Fuck. Right. I'm gonna. No. Someone came into my head and I was like, I can't say that because people are gonna think something. But there's a reason.
Right. Okay. I
can't.
Right, we'll start again. I'll chop that bit out. We'll start again, and then you can think of them. Right. Okay. You're having 4 people over for a dinner party. Dead or alive? Who are you having?
Princess Diana.
Princess Diana.
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Maybe. Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen, great selection.
I'm just I don't know who else now. Maybe Till Lindemann. We'll go with Till Lindemann.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
He's got an interesting story to him though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, and the last one is you're stranded on a desert island for a year. Who are you taking with you?
My boyfriend.
Too many people are soft. I want some controversy. I want some people to go, I'm taking Claudia Schiffer with me.
All right.
I'm taking Megan
Jason.
Fox.
All right. Jason Momoa.
That's more like it. Jason Momoa. I love it. But you can take your fellow if you like. To be fair, I'd probably take my missus. I might use the option to go away from her for a year. And the final question is, tell me a fun fact about yourself. That not many people would know. Like those that know you, pull out a little secret about you. Little bit of info.
A fun fact. I was in a music video for BDI. That's kind of a fun fact.
Yeah, that is. What's BDI?
It's Liam Gallagher's like second band.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. That was cool. What video?
Yeah. Well, it never aired.
I'm in a video.
I might have ruined it.
You ruined it?
No, I don't think I did. I was dancing in the background. It was in a pub, and I got picked. I was walking through the Northern Quarter, and somebody ran up to me and was like, "Oh my God, we've got to have you in this music video. Like, meet us here at 2:00 the next day." I was like, "Shut up! What's this going to be?" I went though because I thought,
check it out of curiosity.
Yeah, and then we got told when we were there who it was for, and it was like, yeah, Liam Gallagher's going to be there. I mean, I'm not asked about Oasis or anything like that, so I was like, yeah, all right then, cool. This is a cool experience. And then when I told people, they were like, oh, you've met Liam Gallagher. I was like,
Shine like that. Do you think you could shine? No, it's great. So no, brilliant. Thanks for answering those, Lucy. They were really good. And that final, I've got one final thing to ask you. What are the plans for this year for Square Wild? What else have you got in the pipeline? Metal to the Masses. You've got the festival, your own festival. What else after that? Anything exciting? Anything you can reveal?
So we've got a really good Cambridge Rock slot this year. So in June. I think we're on just before Atomic Rooster, which is massive, and I think on the same stage as Focus, which is pretty insane.
That is pretty
Yeah, and then we're mainly going to be concentrating on recording for an album because we think we need to get an album out because the EP it doesn't even scratch the surface of what our music's actually like.
That's why I said 3 songs were a bit short. It doesn't scratch.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. So we're just gonna try and get this album out, but we're gonna record it ourselves, but get it mixed by somebody else. So we're doing the recording process ourselves, but yeah. So hopefully that'll speed things up as well.
Right.
But yeah, just gonna be album by the end of the year is what I'm aiming for, and then hopefully doing something bigger, a bigger event. Maybe, hopefully, yes. If this does well, hopefully people will be like.
I found them listening to loads at Moats Coheed in Cambria. I'm just hammering through the audience.
Don't even get me started on Coheed and Cambria.
Save it for another day then. We'll save that for another day.
They're so good.
Right.
One of my favourite bands ever.
One of your favourite bands. Anyway. They're slowly but surely moving up my list, you know. So
good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, right. Guys, thank you very much. This has been episode 5 with Lucy, okay, from Square Wild. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate it. Okay.
No worries.
Good luck with the festival. Good luck with Metal to the Masses. I hope you get through. I really do. I hope the album recording goes well. Keep off those hills and stay safe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.